Is our legal system able to produce order and justice? Because it begs the question, looking at the trajectory that our legal system has been heading for a while, despite having a new constitution that makes the judiciary truly independent and devoid of influence from government, from the executive and parliament, because there's nothing really they can do if a judge decides to rule a certain way. They are autonomous to a very great extent. And you ask yourself, if you are a poor man accused of killing someone, do they even give you bail? Do they allow you to walk out around here and continue doing your things while the case goes on? Does your case take 6, 7, 8, 10 years to be ruled on? Is it the same treatment that the politicians get that you get in these courts? We have had politicians have cases against them for murder. They are being accused of murder, a very serious and heinous capital crime. Yet they are out here walking around. Does that same justice apply to the common mwananchi? Supposedly, you went and did something bad somewhere, you stole. Are you even allowed to have bail? We saw the case of Joey. He was treated very differently. We see a lot of these cases. We have contempt of court charges against inspector generals of police. Are they ever arrested? If you as the common mwananchi tried to go against the court orders, I mean, Land Rovers will drive in their numbers to your homestead to pick you up. Unakataa kusikiza serikali. Unakataa kusikia amri ya mahakama. And the judge will not even let you go. Why don't these judges act accordingly? Is it that they respect the positions that these people hold? Or is it that they are scared of these people who are in power? Because I believe the justice system is very complicit, especially in the war against corruption. We've not seen them do much. Why does a corruption case take 4 years? Especially for a person who's already left office. Don't they have the whole 4 years to tamper with evidence? Don't they have the whole 4 years to tamper with everything that could ensure they are jailed? And of course, I congratulate the courts for jailing the likes of Waitito, but why are the likes of Waluke out? I mean, we should even change the law. Parliament should change the law. The constitution at this point needs an amendment, because we cannot have bail for someone who's already been convicted by the High Court. They should case while they are in prison, because they've already been declared guilty. They're just but appealing the decision, but as far as it goes, they are found guilty. Now, another thing that makes me think and conclude that the justice system of our country, especially the courts, have failed spectacularly in upholding this constitution, and that is why we have a crisis like we do right now. The rights of an accused are enshrined in the constitution. It's literally an article, I don't remember which one in particular, in the constitution. It's not even a bill. It is a constitutional provision. The accused has a right to be silent. The accused has a right not to be searched without cause. The accused has a right to be informed of what they are being charged of and the consequences of them being silent and them speaking. There are a lot of rights of an accused person enshrined in the Constitution. Why does a court of law listen to a case brought in court when there is a clear violation to the rights of an accused person? Everything else, the confessions, every evidence that is collected from that point onwards when your rights have already been violated, are a fruit of the poisonous tree. They should all be discarded. Even the court should not listen to such a case. When the police force me to talk, they have violated my right to silence as an accused person. I actually should be advised to remain silent, because anything I say or do can be used against me in a court of law. Why do the judges allow these cases to go on? Why is a young person arrested in the streets of Nairobi, searched without cause, and then taken to court in the name of possessing bang or in the name of disturbance and all kind of flimsy and some very serious charges, and the court listens? When your rights have been violated, I mean, the police should be able to prove that they adhere to your rights. An accused person has the right not to spend more than 24 hours in a cell. You're arrested on Monday. You're presented in court on Friday or the following Monday. What prevented these police officers from presenting you in court first? Then the rest follows. Why does the judge even listen to that case? It is the Constitution, for heaven's sake. How do they even interpret this law? I may not be a lawyer, I may not be a judge, but I believe the moment you violate my rights. For example, one of the jurisprudence cases we refer to, and we also borrow a lot from the American jurisprudence, is the Miranda rights case. That guy was found guilty of raping. But 20 years later, or 30 years or so, after he made a petition to the courts to be released because he was never informed of his rights. They never read him his rights. The right to remain silent, because it's in their constitution. That case was thrown out and the man was released from jail. The prosecution had to try that case again in adherence to the constitution. What law is this policeman upholding if already they are going against the very constitution they say they are working within, and the very laws that they are supposed to respect? My rights, which are guaranteed in the constitution, when they violate those rights, everything from there is a fruit of the poisonous tree. Why do the judges listen to these cases? A person who has had a habit of lying to the court, maligning the court, is given a chance in court. I mean, these things must stop. The court must stop being complicit in the torture of citizenry, in the torture of the common mwananchi, using the very law that is supposed to protect him. Because if you're arresting me lawfully, then you should follow lawful procedures. I believe the first step is, if we want this justice system to work, if evidence is collected illegally, it does not matter the weight of the case, it does not matter anything else. As long as the rights of the accused have been violated, that case should not be listened to by the courts. There should be no exception to that. And the courts must show the government, the police, and the investigative agencies that even while doing your work, you must adhere to the law, because we are all bound by the Constitution. Why does the Constitution bound me as a common Kenyan, as a common citizen, and does not bound you as a politician? Why does it bound me as a person and does not bound you as a judge? Why is it supposed to bound me and not bound the policeman who investigates or arrests? I mean, our justice system is just complicit in all the ills that this country is going through, especially on corruption. A corruption case should not take more than 6 months. Political cases do not take more than 6 months. Do not take more than a year, especially when you've gone to court to challenge the validity of a win. Why are they in a rush to determine such cases? All corruption cases must be handled under urgency. The anti-corruption court is supposed to have so many judges that the cases do not take more than 3 months. Let the investigative agencies line up their witnesses as fast as possible, make their case as fast as possible, because our justice system is just becoming a sham. And if the courts fail us, woe unto you and I. Because if we do not have the money required and the power required, we will suffer under that very constitution. And that is my unfiltered insight.